I'm gonna consider that last video I did called Next Year's Game as part 1 of my wishlist series. So I'll leave a link to that in the description, but let's get into part 2. In my career, we need to be able to change the jerseys our team wears. There's so many different jerseys in the game, and we can't use them. For every single game when we're at home, we wear the default jersey, and when we're on the road, we wear the default jersey. There's no color changes. We can't go retro. We can't go any theme nights. Why not? They're in the game. You can do that in any other game mode. It makes it dull to see the same exact jersey color, no alternates, nothing. We should be able to change that right before the game. We can pick our team's jerseys, and then even let us pick the CPU's jerseys. That way, when we play other teams, we don't always see their same home or same away. We can switch it up. Next, we need to be able to do this with our gears, with our arm sleeves and our knee braces. We need to be able to say when we're at home, we want these things to be white. When we're on the road, we want them to be black. Or like in my case here, I'm wearing blue on the road. That's it. Just have a little toggle system. That way we don't have to do it every game, because I know a lot of people ask me, they say, how do you have those colors on the road and when you're at home? It's because before every road and home game, I go in and manually change it, but we shouldn't have to do that. So the shoes, the colors of the shoes, the colors of the headband, all that, we should just be able to change in the menu, do it one time, and that's it. Next up, I'd like for 2K to give us support to bring our save from one game to the next, from 2K14 to 2K15. That way, if you're like me and you're trying to go for an all-time record, the assist record, there's no way I can do that in 1 year with one game with 2K14. I'd have to play hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of games in order to break an all-time record. There's just no way I'm going to be able to do that. But if I could carry my save from game to game, like let's say 2K15, instead of starting all over as a rookie, I start in season 3, because here I'm in season 2, I'm going to complete season 2. So then you carry over all my stats, and then bam, 2K15, I'm not a rookie. I don't have to do the same thing all over again, going through the draft. I've already been drafted. This way, if I want to start another position, let's say I want to play center or small forward, then maybe I can start all over with that player and start him fresh, but then I can keep my player the same, keep working on those stats. We need to have this support. I've been asked, this has been on my wish list every single year since my career was added into the game. I think it's finally time we get it. Because all it does is, for people that get the game every year, you get more out of that. You get to continue your career. And it's important because there's a lot of aspects in my career that most people never get to do, like becoming a free agent. How many of you have actually been a free agent in 2K14 and got to negotiate a new contract? You know, most people haven't done it because you have to get to season 3 or 4 in order to do that. So most people are never going to, I mean, some people have been able to do that at least, but for the majority of us, you're not going to be able to do that. So if we could carry our save from game to game, then we could become free agents. We could shop the market. It would be really interesting. How difficult would this be to implement? I really don't know, but maybe there could be a problem with the roster, because every year players are going to get traded to different teams. There might be new coaches. So I could understand that, but I have an easy solution. All you have to do is, when you import our player, take all of our stats, import the stats, and then just make us a free agent. Like, let's say they don't want to put us on the same team because the team changed or whatever. Let's say we played 3 seasons. You take our 3-season stats, import that, and then make us a free agent. I would be okay with that as well. But what they also need to do is they need to give us an option to play less than 82 games in a regular season. And we need the key game feature in our first season. We shouldn't have to wait until season 2 to be able to play and skip and only play key games. If there are cutscenes in 2K15, allow us to skip them. Because if you're playing multiple positions, you might not want to sit through the same cutscene that's 10 minutes long. Like when you first create your player and you have to watch him on the rooftop and he's talking, he's getting hype, and you meet your agent. That's a pretty long sequence. If you've already seen it, and you're playing another position, you just want to get right to that next game and get it going. So allow us to skip the cutscenes and also fix the subtitles on the cutscenes. The subtitles are just epically, it's just an epic fail. They're so wrong. Like the last cutscene I had was really funny because the guy said, he said Benjamin Franklin, but then the subtitle said like Albert Einstein or some it was something crazy like that. Like it doesn't even make sense how that happened. How is it possible to butcher the subtitles that bad? And look at this, they don't want me to break 40. They're bringing that double team. They don't want me to break 40. Look at this cheese. But you know the rules. Shot, clock, cheese, no sportsmanship for the Hall of Fame CPU. A nice rematch against the Spurs after what happened last time in OT.